A new investor was about to risk over $1 million, chasing a 7% rate someone promised over the phone. I was recently speaking with a client who owns several lots in California and wanted a construction loan to develop them. She's newer to this type of financing, so we walked through everything: the numbers, closing costs, how much cash she could access, the structure, all of it. By the end, she told me it was the best option she had seen, but then she said, "If you can't get me 7%, I can't do it. That's what someone else offered me." And that immediately raised a red flag, because in today's market, for a private construction loan like that, 7% just doesn't make sense. So I started asking questions, and that's when I realized she didn't actually know what she was being offered. She didn't fully understand the program and its limitations. She didn't know who she was dealing with, and eventually it came out it was a broker, which she didn't even realize, and complicates a full understanding of the program requirements to see if she even qualifies for it or not. That's where things get dangerous, because sometimes what's being offered is not even the something they can actually get. What she was being told sounded more like a conventional construction to perm loan, something completely different from an investment loan. But she was focused on one thing: the rate. And that's where a lot of investors get stuck. They hear a lower number and stop asking the right questions. But the rate means nothing if it's tied to a loan you don't qualify for. And here's the biggest issue: nothing was in writing. No terms, no breakdown, no real approval, just a verbal quote on a call. And if someone can't put the deal in writing, that's a major red flag, because a verbal quote is not a real loan. What really surprised me was that she was willing to wait weeks, even months, putting all at risk just to see if she could get that dreamy 7% rate based on something she was offered over the phone, not in writing. So the lesson is simple: don't fall in love with the rate or things that might sound too good to be true. Fall in love with the structure that actually fits your deal, backed up in writing, and that can actually close. Because in this business, what sounds good on the phone and what actually closes are usually two very different things.